All rise.
Jack Merridew, you are charged with the first-degree murder of Simon and Piggy, the attempted murder of Ralph, and the destruction of property. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Ralph, you are charged with the involuntary manslaughter of Simon. How do you plead?
Guilty.
You may now make your opening statements.
5 years ago, when the boys got stranded on the island, they were 12 years old and knew nothing of what it takes to survive alone in the wild. Jack, Ralph, and the other boys did what they thought was right in order to survive. It was an unfortunate accident, what happened to Simon and the one known as Piggy. It's unintentional, as the old saying goes, boys will be boys. The boys had no idea what harm they could and would cause, therefore giving the murder charge nothing to go on. While we cannot deny the deaths of Simon and Piggy and the involvement of Jack and Ralph, we must remember that they were little boys who were scared and confused.
Some might call the death of Simon and Piggy an accident.
But we must acknowledge it for what it was, murder. Some might say the boys on the island got caught up in the excitement of being alone in a new place and didn't realize what happened. But we all know that this is not what occurred. Jack instigated the killing of Simon and Piggy, two boys who had done nothing to Jack and worked very hard to keep all the boys on the island happy. While working to get home and Jack followed, Jack and Ralph might be perceived as innocent boys, but in reality they knew exactly what they were doing and continued to do it anyway.
The defense may now call their first witness.
The defense calls Ralph to the stand. Ralph, please tell the court in your own words what happened the night of Simon's death.
We were on Jack's side of the island.
The island was divided into two sides? Why was that?
Yeah, Jack took the hunters of any of the little ones that wanted to hunt to the other side of the island because they didn't want to help keep the fire going and build shelters. Anyway, Jack had meat, and me and Piggy really wanted some, so we figured it couldn't hurt to go over there for a little while just to get some meat. We hadn't seen Simon in a while, but that was normal. You see, he was always wandering off to some unknown place for hours. We were eating when it started to storm. The little ones got scared and started to cry, so Jack told them to do their dance.
Their dance? What was that?
It's how they killed the pigs. They would do their dance and then kill the pigs. So everyone did what Jack said and started dancing around and chanting, "Kill the beast, cut its throat, spill its blood." One of the little ones was pretending to be the pig. They used to do this game a lot. And at some point Simon came out of the jungle and everyone thought he was the beast. They attacked and turned the dance on Simon. Next thing I knew, Simon was dead and no one said a word about what had happened.
What was your involvement in the actual killing?
I'm not sure. I don't think I did anything. I might have though. I can't remember much from the time that Simon came out of the jungle to the time I got up. Piggy says that we was on the outside and didn't do anything. He said it was Simon's fault, and if he was going to come out of the dark, he deserved it.
What do you think of that statement?
I don't really know what to think. I thought we did stuff. Either way, the whole thing really scared me. Things like that aren't supposed to happen.
The defense has no further questions at this time.
Thank you. Now, Ralph, how do you know that you were not involved with the actual act of killing Simon?
You said you didn't think you did it?
I got caught up in the dance and didn't really know what was going on. Piggy said we were on the outside, but I don't think that. I think we were in on it, but we were caught up in the chant, and the dance and we didn't even know what we were doing until we did it.
So you admit to having a hand in the murder of Simon?
Objection!
Overruled. Answer the question.
I think I did, but I don't know. If I did have a part in it, I wasn't completely aware of it. I think I'm guilty, but I don't want to say I did and not have done anything.
Prosecution has no further questions.
You may have a seat, Ralph. Next witness, please.
The prosecution calls Jack to the stand. Jack, in your own words, what happened the night that Simon died?
We were celebrating our victory with a feast.
What victory were you celebrating?
The hunt, of course. It was awesome. We surrounded the pig and started to kill it. It was making the loudest noises. We had to celebrate that. It was a great thing. And we had meat. What more reason do you need to have a feast? We were eating and having a good time when it started to rain. The little ones got scared and started to cry, so I told them to do our dance. They loved to do the dance. They thought it was a great time. We were chanting and dancing when a thing came out of the dark. Being the leader of the hunters, I told them that we had to stop the beast, and we had to stop it now.
So, what did you do to stop the beast?
We killed it! What else would we have done? We're hunters. We had to hunt. After I killed it, I realized it was Simon.
Did you feel bad when you realized it was Simon? Wasn't he one of your friends on the island?
Sure, it was bad that he died, but he was crazy, completely bad. He was running around in the dark yelling like a mad person. He deserved what he got. He knew there was a beast running around. He should have known better.
So Simon's death didn't bother you?
No, not really. Like I said before, he was batty, completely insane, running out at us in the dark yelling like he did. He deserved it.
What about Piggy's death? What happened that night?
Ralph came to my side of the island and started yelling at me, demanding that I give Piggy's glasses back.
Where was Piggy during this?
He was hiding in the back like the coward he was, kept mumbling about how he was scared and couldn't see a thing. Me and Ralph were arguing. Ralph was calling me a thief because I took Piggy's glasses.
Why did you take Piggy's glasses?
I needed them. They were the only way to get fire. We need the fire to cook the pig so we could have meat. We had to have meat, so we had to have fire. That's why we needed the glasses. So like I was saying, we were arguing when Piggy started yelling about how he needed the conch and how we had to listen to him because he had it. He soon started to rant about how his wife, being civil and having a ton of rules, was better than hunting and having fun. Well, then a rock fell and crushed Piggy and the conch. I had to make an example of what would happen if you messed with me, since I was leader.
Were you the one that pushed the rock off the edge?
No, I was arguing with Ralph. I told Roger to go do it while Piggy was ranting. Roger would always listen to me because he knew who the real chief was.
So you told Roger to kill Piggy?
Yeah, like I said, I had to make an example somehow, and that seemed like the best way.
Huh. I see. Why did you try to hunt down Ralph?
He wouldn't join my tribe and accept me as leader. He was getting in my way, and I had to get rid of him.
If you had caught Ralph, would you have killed him?
Yeah, I told you that already, that he was in my way. I had to get rid of him.
Why did you set the island on fire?
It was a great plan. We were going to force Ralph to come out of the jungle, and then we would have had him. Even if he didn't come out, he would have burned, so it would have worked either way. That is, it would have, but then the officers showed up before I could do anything.
I see. Prosecution has no further questions.
The defense may now question the witness.
The defense has no questions for the witness.
Jack, you have been found guilty of murder in the first degree, attempted murder, and the destruction of property. You will serve a minimum of 10 years and pay a fine of $100,000. That will be split between the families of Simon and Piggy. Ralph, you have been found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. You will serve a minimum of 1 year and pay a fine of $5,000 to go to the family of Simon. Case dismissed.